All right, we'll see who comes. I'm just going to hang out here until somebody shows up. Maybe I'll edit this. Hey, how you doing? Dominic Leclerc, welcome. I'm starting early today. I want to see how my laptop does. I had some problems on the weekend with my laptop, so. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go do kind of a marathon as long as my laptop works, and it looks like it's probably going to. I'm thinking about doing something like this. We're going to give a percentage of chance that each team makes the playoffs. Okay? So I'm going to do a video like this. And why? And like, how could they possibly make the playoffs, or how could they miss the playoffs? Okay? So we're going to do, we'll do a percentage of chance that each team makes the playoffs. And this could take a while. That's why I'm starting early. I don't even have my bow tie on. This is all fun times today. Okay, cool. I'm going to try to write this. So we got to do, you guys help me out, because you know how I am with doing things alphabetically. I tend to lose everything. We'll let as many people come in here as possible. Hey, how you doing? Whoever's in. We got 5 concurrents going on right now. Well, we did, but they went away. Hey, Bill, how you doing, man? We're starting a little early. We're going to be doing the percentage of chance that each team will make the playoffs, and what would happen for them to make it or not make it. So, like, say you got the Ducks. Ducks are going to be pretty low, probably like 5% chance of making the playoffs. But I don't know how this is going to work, but I'll leave that up to you guys about percentage. But then I'm going to do a video where it says, how could they make the playoffs? Like, Zegras is going to have to freaking go nuts. All their young players. Let me bring them up here. Let me bring it up. Yeah, I was supposed to be on yesterday, but I had laptop issues and I had to send it to we have a Steel Flyers tech guy now. And I had to send it to our tech guy. And he seemed to fix it, but just in case there are some problems here, just in case there are some problems here, I will, I'm going on long, so I can catch as much of it as possible. I might go and I didn't do one yesterday, so I'm sort of doing it now to make up for yesterday, is what I'm trying to spit out here. By the way, my last our last video, because we're doing this together, right? Our last video is 20 away from 1,000 views. The NHL trade proposal frolic. It's 20 away from 1,000 views. So You might want to, if you might want to help that along to get that up past 1,000. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, like specifically, is there a chance? Like, okay, say there's, yes, and I'm officially at 800 subscribers too. We hit the big 800. We're only 200 away from that 1,000 marker, which is really cool. Yeah, the Bruins interested in PK. That makes sense that the Bruins might be interested in players like that. I'm going to try. Actually, you know what? I'm going to see if I can bring some Leafs fans here. Players like that, I see them being interested in because I don't think they want long-term guys too much. They're going to be looking at a retool here. So if any team's looking, could be looking for some, if any team could be looking for some rentals, it'd be the Boston Bruins. And at the deadline, I don't see New Jersey giving them up right now. They'll probably use them as long as they're in a playoff hunt. But if they're out of the playoffs at the deadline, I could definitely see Boston taking him at half the. He'd be like $4.5 million on the cap at that point, and if New Jersey retains, they might be able to get a pretty good draft pick out of it. Hey CL, how you doing, buddy? Trying to get as many people in here as possible. Slam that like button. I wish it was like TikTok where you could tap the screen. People coming. We're trying to get as many people possible, CL. We're trying to get up to 5 concurrents. I came on early to make sure we get up to 5 concurrents. Because what I'm going to do is we're going to give a percentage of chance that each team makes the playoffs. Yeah, if we can get a regular at least 5 concurrents, then we'll get started. And I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do this, so maybe you can help me out. There we go, 4 concurrents. I'm going to say, what's the percentage of chance to make the playoffs? And maybe I'll just do the rest of it. Like, we'll see. Like, if Anaheim has a 15% chance of making the playoffs, what would happen to make that 15%? Like, for instance, Gibson would be out of his head. Zegras would have to have a super special rookie year, same as Drysdale. There's a whole bunch of young players there that could really break out, actually, and they're in a weak division. So I could say something like that. But I could probably do that in the video on my own. We could just have fun giving percentages. But if you guys wanted to throw some comments in about that, that'd be good. That helps the video. And remember now, because I'm doing it like this, Arizona. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any way you can spin that into making the playoffs at all. Anaheim, maybe you could. Anaheim, maybe, but Arizona, I don't think there's any way you can spin that into, like, if there can be less than 0% chance that they're going to make the playoffs, that would probably be good. But talking to you guys and doing this helps me make the videos because, so really we're making the videos together and it's pretty fun. I find it pretty fun. I find it fun that way. So we got 4 concurrents. We'll wait around here. We'll try to get 5. And then I'll go till 3. So in 3 hours, we should be able to pull this off. Like I said to anybody new here, our last video is 20 short of 1,000, and we are only 200 shy of 1,000 now. We got 800 followers, so. Hey, Peyton on the radio. Wow, buddy. Oh, man. We're doing, we got to have you on again soon. I miss you, bud. I know you're busy and working and stuff now, but Peyton on the radio, by the way, and I don't do this enough on my live. I should. Peyton on the radio has a killer series going on right now, doing a each team preview series on each team. And if you've ever heard him on the show, his freaking hockey commentary is absolutely fantastic. So you should check those out too for sure. He doesn't get enough love, man. He needs to get more love. That guy is freaking awesome. Yeah, if you wanted to come on today, we could work that, Peyton. But what we're going to do is we're going to give a percentage of, and actually, if you want to do a video on this with me, Peyton, that'd be awesome too. We're going to do a percentage of chance that each team makes the playoffs. Yeah, cool. We're going to do a percentage of chance that each team makes the playoffs. What we've been doing now, Peyton, I don't know if you have time to watch my videos, because I know it's hard to get into with us creators. Nobody has less time to watch videos than video creators. But what I've been doing is I've been making this interactive, but whatever we talk about, I've been doing videos on whatever we're talking about. So all the people that are on here are making the video. We're all making the video together. So it's pretty cool. And ever since I started doing that, by the way, my views have just gone through the roof because these guys are freaking awesome. We got 5 concurrents here now. Cool. Hold on to 5 concurrents for a while, and we'll get started on Anaheim on giving percentages of each team making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. Feel free to put in like 32% or whatever. And then everybody put their percentages in. And then I guess I'm going to have to get a calculator or something, and we'll actually average out the percentage of each one. I'm actually going to have to do some work here. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm giving myself work. I should have thought this out a little better than this. The heck am I doing? Oh, man. So, okay, we got 5 concurrents. We're going to start. This is going to be fun, man. This is going to be fun. We're going to start with the, and I'm going to get this up on TikTok too. Can I get it up on TikTok though? I don't have enough. At first, yeah. At first, I'm not going to get it on TikTok. I'll do it on TikTok later, but we got 5. Whoever hasn't liked this yet, give it a like too. Let's get up to at least 5 likes since we got 5 people in here. There we go. So you got 6 concurrents now. Perfect. Okay. So here we go. Whoever's in here, you don't have to join in if you don't want to, but I don't know why you wouldn't want to, because this is going to be fun. This is going to be the funnest stuff in the land right here. Frolic beyond all frolic. Weichel! Is Weichel in here? What's going on? Oh, I got the wrong thing. Just 1 second here. How come my live isn't showing up here? There we go. There we go. I got you. I got it now. Okay, we got 5. Okay, let's go. You bring up the live chat. I thought Weichel was in here. So fun is right. Okay, Anaheim Ducks. So Anaheim Ducks, I'll do a little commentary on it, and you guys can put your percentages down there on the bottom. I'll try to give them at least 1%. I am going to be doing this on a video and sending it out to people. So now, looking at their lineup, you got guys like Isaac Lundestrom kind of had a outcoming last year. He didn't get a lot of points, but he played very well two-way, and he's only 21 years old. He was drafted 23rd overall in 2018, and he's just getting better. However, having him as a top left winger is not really ideal, I would have to say. Maxim Comtois had a good year. Trevor Zegras was at a half a point a game, 5% for Anaheim. 5% from the prize. 5% from the prize. Now, I should bring up the divisions too. They are in a very weak division though, right? They're going to be up against like Calgary, San Jose, Seattle, Vancouver. I mean, it's very highly unlikely. But if Zegras has a special year, and guys like Jones and Steele, they are at that age where they can make a big jump here. 24 years old. They can maybe actualize their offense. I really liked the pickup of Volkov last year. He didn't put up too bad of points in the time that he was in Anaheim. So with all that, I mean, it's not totally out of the question. And you do have John Gibson as a goaltender. Kyle says 10%. Kyle's got 10%. Mercer's got 10%. So that's 3. I'm going to go 15% for Poops and Giggles. And Leclerc has 5. So it looks like a 10%. %10 chance. I think that's everybody that's in the 10%, yes, the Pacific could be bad. CL says 10%. So we got, it looks like 10%. CL, 10%. Okay, 10% for the Ducks. I mean, I don't even know. Should we even do Anaheim, really? Like, should we even do Arizona, I should say? Zero. Is anybody going to give Arizona higher than a 0% chance? Like, I'll do it that way. I'll probably just skip it for the sake of the video too. The poor Arizona fans don't need to hear anything worse now. I think I talk to Arizona fans all the time, actually. They're pretty much all the same thing. Like, where the heck is it? Did I leave? What happened to my live stream? Am I blank on your thing? My picture just went blank. 1% because nothing is impossible. Okay, let's do that. We'll just do 1% because nothing is impossible. %. because nothing is impossible. I I say that there are things that are impossible, and that's one of them. Well, okay, maybe it's not impossible that they make the playoffs, I suppose. If Carter Hutton, all of a sudden, I don't know, how could they possibly? But I would say it's definitely impossible that they win the Stanley Cup. That would be impossible for sure. I think there's some things that could be less than impossible. I'm probably not doing this the best way I could. Let me try to do it this way. Boston. So is that, am I right? Is Boston next? Guys got to help me with the alphabetical stuff. Arizona cheats, yeah, which they've been known to do. So okay, we got Boston Bruins chance of make the playoffs. Now this could be very interesting. Boston Bruins chances of making the playoffs. When you take in the division, you got Buffalo, Detroit, Florida, Montreal, Ottawa, Tampa Bay, Toronto. Okay. Bill Tortorlet, Bill T, 110%. Mercer's got 75%. 75%. CL, 85%. Whoa, Leclerc, 60%. Oh my gosh, that seems fairly low. And CL, okay, CL's got 85%. %60%. So, okay, Florida, Detroit is not likely. Buffalo is not likely. You think, what is it that it puts you at 60%? The defense, maybe? Leclerc? What is it that has you putting 60%? That's a really low. I'm not going to ask you who. You don't think their goaltending is good enough? Wow. I don't know. I think Allmark probably crush, actually. Let me look at this again. I haven't thought about this before I started. I just put it out there, and I'm gonna share this out. I'm gonna share this out to a live stream. I'm sold on Allmark. I like Allmark. I think Allmark is really good. Oh man, this is, you guys got me confused here. I really thought I didn't think there'd be a 60%er in there. So Boston. I'm not big on their center depth. I do like their goaltending. I think Ottawa's goaltending is going to hurt them this year. So you got Tampa Bay, Florida. Yeah, I got to give 85 or 90. I got 90%. So we got 110, which has got to be 100. We can't go 110. Mercer, 75. $175, 175, 90%, 60% and 90%. Should have brought a calculator. Can somebody work a calculator there while we're doing this? I don't think he was horrible in Buffalo. His last 2 years, Allmark was great in Buffalo. PK Subban's a defenseman. No, I don't see him in the second line center spot. Average is a sound 75 currently. Is it 100? Okay, 75%. Thanks for that. 75% for Boston. Okay, what's next? Alphabetical. We got Buffalo next. $82 average. Okay. 82%. Buffalo is next. Okay. Is there any? Okay. I think they have more chance than Arizona does of making the playoffs. I don't think they have much of a chance, but I think they have a more chance than Arizona, but who doesn't? So they got, okay. Now, if Eichel comes back, they got a better chance, I suppose. But they would need huge years from guys like with their goaltending. It's so low. They got to do something more than their goaltending. They can't go into this year with Craig Anderson and Aaron Dell as their goaltenders, can they? Like, that would be insane. That would be insane. Wow, that's higher than I even thought they would go. Mercer, 15%. Oh, that would be awesome, but it doesn't appear to be happening. Nick Foligno really likes it in Minnesota. Leclerc, 20%. Wow. How the heck are they going to... Well, I think the energy is going to be way different in Buffalo for sure. And they're going to give it CL 5%. That's more like I was looking at. I was looking more like 5% CL. If they get goaltending, their goaltending could be a lot better than what? Last year? Or are you saying their goaltending can 10% for Bill T? %, 20%, 5%? Dominic Leclerc, are you saying their goaltending could be better than last year? No way. No way, dude. Anderson at 40 years old is not better than Ullmark. Not a chance. Maybe better than last year, I suppose, after Ullmark got injured. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, you're right. Maybe. I don't know if it's that much better. Anderson's good for a game a week, but if you play him too much, he's really bad. And Dell has never been able to establish himself. So, but I see what you mean, because they had, what's his name? Is he still with them, by the way? Is he still with them? Tokarski. They had Tokarski. Yeah, I guess he'd be better after Ullmark got injured, but not while Ullmark was not injured. You think that they're going to get more than 30 wins this season? Okay, I got 5%. So, not if you look at his numbers, considering the defense, I think Ullmark did when he was in. And not only that, I know this is sad to say, but I actually watched a heck of a lot of Buffalo last year, because I watch a heck of a lot of every team. And when he was in, they were not that bad. So I think I like Ullmark. I think he's going to be good. 11%. That's the average. 11% Buffalo gets. So now we're doing Carolina. Now we're on Carolina, are we? Yeah, I'm not really big on their. I mean, I think they got some improvements to make yet in Boston, up the middle and stuff. But I still think their team is strong enough to make the playoffs. Okay, Buffalo. Calgary. Calgary's next. Oh, that should be interesting. Calgary's next. Okay. What do you guys got for a percentage for the Flames to make the playoffs? Ooh, 50%. We're all over the place here. Get it. We'll get a couple more people in. I don't know where everybody went. Where did everybody take off? We'll talk about it a little more. 50% Dominic Leclerc. Now, let me pull this up here. We got Calgary, Edmonton. I'm not a big fan of the team that Calgary put together. Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Vancouver, Vegas. Vegas and Edmonton are for sure. Hmm. 50%. I don't think Seattle's going to make it. I think Vancouver will have a better year. I think LA will improve. I don't even like saying this, but 40%? 40% for Calgary? CL, 70%? CL has got 70. CL's got 70%. Wow, he's big on Calgary making it. Probably because he's a big Coleman guy. Right, CL? Yeah, I think their goaltending is a little... I think Markstrom's overrated myself. I think their defense is pretty meh. Although I love Rasmus Anderson. I don't know what Valimaki... I liked the way Valimaki was looking, and then he got injured, and now he's a bit of a question mark. But their overall defensive depth, I'm not a Hannafin guy, and we don't even know if he's going to be back right away. And then Connor Mackey is a question mark out of college, and Nikita Zadorov. Apparently, his defensive analytics are fantastic, but when I watch him play, I see a guy who just can't get the puck out of the zone. Yeah, I'm not. And then, of course, the Monahan situation. Yeah, that's... He also had an injured hip. I don't know if he went for surgery or what. And then Dylan Dubé as your second line right winger, to me, doesn't scream playoff team. But I do like Coleman in that Coleman's going to change things a bit, and I love Andrew Mangiapane. But their fourth line is like whatever. It's just, if they were in a strong division, they wouldn't have a chance in hell. But is that all we got? Is that many people? If you're new here, we're giving a percentage of chance that the Calgary Flames, actually every team will make the playoffs, but we're on the Calgary Flames going in alphabetical order. So if you want to put a percentage in, put it in. I am starting early because I'm not sure how my laptop's going to hold up. I also was supposed to be on yesterday, and we're doing something that's going to take an awful long time. So Lauren, since you got started, we're doing the Flames. What's the percentage of chance, Lauren, that you have of the Flames making the playoffs. So far, we have 30%, 50%, 40%, and 70%. And who is doing our percentages? Somebody. And also, Lauren, so you know, our last video is like 20 away. Let me check. We could be even closer now. Oh, we hit 1K views. 1K views on our last video, guys. Woo! And we also hit 800. 0%. Well, that's going to bring the percentage down. Do you think Calgary has 0%, Lauren, in making the playoff? That's like Arizona level. Okay. So who's the percentage guy? We got enough here to get a full percentage. %38%. I think some Calgary Flames fans are going to be a little cranky if I post that up there, but 38%. Okay, now we're on Carolina. See, Lauren, you came in right at the right time. Because now we're doing the Hurricanes. I'm pretty sure. Or are we doing Chicago? No, we're doing Carolina. We're doing Carolina. Yeah, we're doing Chicago's after this. Carolina, what is the chances of them making the playoffs? They took a little bit of a step back on paper anyways. I'm not so sure about that. 80% from Lauren for the Hurricanes. I really like that Kotkaniemi deal, and I really like that they're going to play him on the left side. Possibly with Jordan Staal, who is he their best shooter up the middle? Yeah, maybe not. I like to see him play him with Trocheck and see how he turns out, see how he works. But their top three lines, they might be at least top three deepest team in the league offensively. And then they're going to be going up against, it's a tough division. New Jersey, because is going to be better. The Islanders, New York Rangers. Wow. I don't think Washington, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia Rangers, Islanders, Carolina. All right, what do you guys got? Now, holy, look at the freaking percentages here. 95%. I don't think I was going as high as you guys. And I really like Carolina. 85%. CL, 90%. Because CL is going to always give Brindamore a high marks. I'm going to say I'm not as high as you guys at all because I'm concerned about their goaltending. I'll put it in there so the calculator can write it in. I'm saying 70%. I'm really upset about their goaltending. I mean, if Anderson's healthy, then yeah, I'll give him like 90%. If he's totally healthy. But until I see it, I've seen Anderson struggle with injuries for the last 2 or 3 years now and has not looked good. It's really hard for me to give him that. And I want Carolina to win in a big, bad way. I want Carolina to be successful. I like a lot of the moves that they did. I think D'Angelo makes up for Hamilton more than people have realized. I don't think he's as bad defensively as people say. He's a bit of a risk guy. He's a bit of a rover, Lauren. You're not going to like that, but he's a high percentage. He'll give you almost a point a game. Yeah, they can get to the playoffs. The Leafs got to the playoffs almost without Anderson. And I think that they can get in the playoffs with either Anderson or Ranta being healthy. But the question is he going to be able to? Ranta's way better than Reimer if he's playing. Way better. He's just struggled so hard with injuries that I don't see how you can, I don't know. That's just me. So what are we at there for percentage? We got 95, 80, 95, 85, 90, and 70. 84% average. I should have went like 73 or something like that. I'm going to start doing that a little more. 84% chance of making the playoffs. So now it would be Chicago, right? So we're on the Chicago Blackhawks now. All of those people, all of those teams in this division are going to be freaking tight. This is going to be the most difficult one to do, I would say. Chicago, Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, St. Louis, Winnipeg. Like, what a difficult division. I don't think you can give like an Arizona, well, whatever. Arizona's just going to get clobbered in that division. Absolutely clobbered in that division. Oh my gosh, things are lower than me. Chicago, 45%. Really? Oh yeah, Leclerc's a big fan. Try to be reasonable. Like, try to, even if you're a fan, try at least to like think about it like logically that 100% chance Chicago in that division makes the playoffs. Or are you not a Chicago fan? If you're not a Chicago fan, then whatever. 45 for Lauren. This one's going to be really tough. CL, 30%. And you think 100%? Okay, that's going to bring the percentage up a lot. 100% for Leclerc. Mercer, 50. I got to look at this again. It's Fleury. Fleury messes everything up. Fleury messes everything up for that team. Let me bring them up here too. I like their overall depth, and Kirby Dach being back sure helps an awful lot. DeBrincat, Dach, and Kane. Kubalik, Taves, and Johnson. Good second line. Strome, Borgstrom, Nylander. The problem they have is they don't have a true third line. They're going to score a lot, and Marc-Andre Fleury is going to play out of his head. Okay, I'll put my... This is tough. This is really tough. I'm going to go 55. 55%. Yeah, well, they're claiming, but they don't know. Let's put it this way, okay, about D'Angelo. Everybody all of the people that he played with on other teams came out and said that D'Angelo is not a racist at all. There's nothing racist about it. The comments that were made towards an Italian player, and he's Italian, and he said something that can be construed as racist. But whatever it was, it sounds like to me that the New York Rangers completely overreacted or just wanted him out. And I think the latter, because he is a social media hound and he has a particular political leaning that he does, and I don't think they liked him doing that sort of thing. Mercer says 56%. I thought you said 50% already, Mercer. So what's the average? Yeah. What's the average on that then? 56 average. Okay. And that's all Fleury pretty much, right? Like if Fleury wasn't on that roster, I'm not giving them anywhere near that much. All right, what's next? Are we on to Edmonton now? That's the last C team, right? A, B, C. No, D. Detroit. Detroit would be next. Colorado, there is a C team, right? Avalanche. Oh, this should be pretty high, I would say. Easy division. Avs. Yeah, I don't know what he was saying there or whatever, but we'll see what happens in Carolina. Brindamore's a great coach. Again, they brought a whole bunch at 80. That seems low. 80%. 98% for Mercer. Avalanche, for anybody out there that's new, what are we giving them? Yeah, if Kemper gets injured, they have a little bit of trouble, I would say. But in that division, even still, like... Oh, no, that's right. They're playing in they're playing in a tough division, that's right. If Kemper gets injured, that certainly does make it difficult for sure. 95%. Yeah, now that you brought that up, they have Francouz still, and he's apparently fully healthy now. Francouz is fairly healthy now. I'm going 95 too. We got, who do we got? We got 80, 98, 95, 95. We got 4 in. Mercer, a 92 average, okay. See if we'll give a little bit more. Now it's got to be Detroit. Detroit Red Wings. No, Columbus. Fuck, why? I keep on. There's so many C teams. My gosh. It's not Detroit. It's Columbus. You're right. Blue Jackets. This has got to be pretty low. That's a tough division for the Blue Jackets to be in. 0. Yeah. New Islanders, Rangers, Philadelphia. All right, we got one at 0%. I'm going to give them a little more than that, I'm pretty sure. They're not, yeah, but they're in a tough division. But Elvis could just, Mercer's got 13%. Because it's a new coach. You got a whole new system. CL got 20. Wow. 20% chance for CL. Yeah, they could because of their new coach and the rah-rah, and they're going to out-energy. They could out-energy people. Merzlikins has a way to go on runs sometimes. I'm going to go... I'm going to say 11. Look at that. Oh, I got to bring it up anyway, so... Like, what would they have to do to win? They'd have to... Jack Roslovich would have to take a big step up at 25 years old. He did have 34 points in 48 games last year. That's not bad. But he started out well and then he faded, right? And then Laine had a crappy year. If I think Voracek will play with Laine. It would have to be a by committee type team. I think Adam Boqvist will be great. Gavrikov is underrated, but then you're looking at guys like Andrew Peeke who are really unproven. Jake Bean is finally going to get his big chance to be a full-time player. And I'm just not a Korpisalo fan. If Merzlikins gets injured, they're in trouble. Pretty tough. I'll give them 11% chance. 11% average. What? Ottawa could offer sheet Brady Tkachuk. What do you mean? Trade, you mean? I don't think Brady's not going anywhere. Although Brady could be asking for the moon. I think they're trying to give him 8 years for $8 million. And if I'm Brady Kachuk, I'm like, nah. I heard them talking on Sirius Radio today. I'll probably go to 3, CO. Or 2:30. I might go to 2:30. Something like that. I'll probably end a little bit early because I started way early. Well, it's got to be true then. That would only be because Brady Kachuk's asking for something like $10 million a year. Now, let me bring up Ottawa here. They give Drake Batherson $5 million, right? Brady Kachuk is 21 years old. Last year he got 36 points in 56 games. To me, I think he's going to be a point-a-game winger for sure. I would say that if I'm Brady Kachuk, and if you're going to give me 8 years, I want 9. At least 9. 9.5. And apparently I hear they're offering him 8. And I'm not signing 8. The guy on Sirius Radio was an Ottawa Senators analyst guy or whatever. Probably Nietzsche's. It would probably be Nietzsche's, but draft picks? Why would it? I mean, and prospects. I mean, it depends on the. If it's Niederreiter, forget about it. No way. If I'm going to trade Brady Kachuk to Carolina, I'm not taking Niederreiter back. Are you freaking kidding me? No way. No way. That's going to be you're going to pay up hardcore. Nietzsche, Jarvis, first round picks. Well, then you're not getting Brady Kachuk, Lauren. Too bad. Basically, if you're not giving up Nietzsche's, I hang up the phone. It's not happening. I'm not giving up Brady Kachuk for a bunch of plugs. I'm not going like Jarvis. No, I want Nietzsche's. Nietzsche's. Somebody out there is going to give me. Well, I'm sure you are happy. If you're going to get Brady Kachuk, you are not going to be happy with what you're giving up, Lauren. I am not going to take Chris Drury, which projects as two third-line center prospects, and a late first for Brady Kachuk. Not a freaking chance. Not a chance am I doing that. I'm going to share this. Let's talk about this a little more because we can do these percentages forever, right? Don't matter. Not a chance am I doing that deal. That's going to cost you Nietzsche's okay, let's say Nietzsche's isn't part of the deal. It's going to hurt in a different way. Jarvis. Let me bring up we just did Carolina, so. I don't. Besides that, it's going to be Nietzsche's or Jarvis for sure. Maybe Teravainen. I'll let you get away with Teravainen, Jarvis, Drury, Teravainen, Jarvis. I don't even like these. I don't even like this trade. I love Brady that much that I don't even like trading Teravainen and getting Teravainen and Jarvis. I like him that much. Nah, that's right. Can't do that. I got in trouble. Yeah, probably. I mean, you get Brady Kachuk with Aho and Svechnikov. I mean, Brady Kachuk is what you win cups with guys like Brady Kachuk. I don't even like giving Teravainen and taking Teravainen and Jarvis for Kachuk, honestly. I don't think both of those players are going to give you as much of a chance as Kachuk is to win a cup. That guy is everything you need for a cup run. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. No, it wouldn't be KK. So interesting, but if Ottawa does not sign Brady Kachuk, I mean, who are you going to sign? Who are you going to sign? Somewhere along the line, you got to give somebody $10 million a year. Somewhere along the line, it's going to have to happen. You want to give him $8 million a year, and you gave Shabbat 8 for 8, 3 years ago? That was 3 years ago. That I would do it if I absolutely had to do it. If there's no way I could sign Kachuk, I might do that. Now the problem could be here is that let's go back into this. The problem here would be is he'd have to sign in Carolina because Carolina's not making that deal unless Kachuk is willing to go long term. Remember, there was this big rumor that his brother wanted to go to St. Louis and Calgary, and he wasn't going to sign long term in Calgary, which we're about to find out. And I thought at the time, what if Brady and Matthew are both in this together, and he has no intention of signing long term in Ottawa, and Ottawa just puts 2 and 2 together and says, okay, we're going to trade you. Then I could see that deal, but then I don't know if I doubt Carolina makes the deal. If he's not willing to sign long term, I don't think Carolina makes the deal. In 5 or 6 years, you're going to lose him anyways, and he doesn't even want to be there. He wants to be in St. Louis. So there's all that to unwrap, but that could all be bogus. But it was O'Reilly. It was a very good insider that said that Matthew wanted to go to St. Louis. Lauren, okay, if I'm Carolina and I can get Kachuk and Bach, I couldn't care less about Bach. No. Well, I don't want Lauren. That's not even close. If Jarvis and Nietzsche are off the table, the phone, you're not getting Kachuk. So it's all over. Conversation over. Goodbye. couldn't care less about Bach or Reese. Couldn't care less about either one of those guys. Bach probably won't even make the NHL. It's either, if Jarvis or Nietzsche aren't part of the conversation, I don't even care about Teravainen, to tell you the honest truth. Yeah, he's all right. He's not Jarvis. Yeah, you're not going to snake oil salesman into that. That Tkachuk is that good. If I'm Carolina, I'm giving up Teravainen and Jarvis in a first for Tkachuk all day long. All day long. I'm doing that deal all day long. As long as he's going to sign for a long term, more than happy to give you that. I'm doing that deal all day. Brady Tkachuk is how you win championships. You win championships with guys like Brady Tkachuk. Do you win championships with guys like Teravainen? You can, but he's not the guy I want. If you ask me, I want Brady Tkachuk. So I want Matthew Tkachuk. So I want guys like that. That's the guys I want. I'm doing that deal all day. Anyways, I guess we're on Detroit now, but this was a good conversation, wasn't it? Was so. If Brady does want to go to St. Louis, and I got to look at it from that perspective, then I might change things around a bit, Lauren. I want a long-term deal. $9 million for 8. If you're not going to sign $9 million for 8 right now at 21 years old, if you're not willing to sign that deal, then I guess we're not making the trade. If you're willing to sign that deal with us, we'll make the trade. If he only wants to sign up until he's a free agent and takes off to St. Louis, then even at that, you still got a chance if he's willing to come to Carolina for a while. I don't know. I'd have to rethink the trade then, but now we didn't even talk about the Dvorak trade. Okay, let's do Detroit now. We got lots of people in here. Detroit, 50%. Whoops, there we go here. Detroit. %, really, Lauren, 50%. So Brana, Larkin, Bertuzzi. That's going to be a solid line. Probably the best line they've had in years. Fabry, Pius, Suter. I'm actually pretty mad about Suter. I don't mind that Chicago let him go. He's kind of a tweener guy. I don't like him as my second line center all that much. I think you would hope that Michael Rasmussen would step up offensively and be able to play up there with Fabry and Zadina. I don't like their third line at all. Nemeshnikov, if you put Pius Suter and Sam Gagner there, that's a horrible third line. And then I would have Erne. Nemeshnikov plays on the fourth line, put him on the power play. And I don't think Nedeljkovic is going to fare as well as Bernier did there in goal. So my percentage isn't going to be very high yet. Cedar will come in and play. That is going to be big. Cider, I should say. That's going to be big for sure. How is he going to do now? Detroit can make the playoffs is if a whole bunch of players like now. There is going to be a year soon, maybe this year, maybe next year, where all these players are going to have it all go together and they're going to be like, boom. And Zadina could be. I don't think Raymond's ready yet. I don't think think he's ready yet. 50%, 20%, 25%. You got to look at that division too. So you think Detroit would have to take out Tampa and Florida. Now they'd have to take out Toronto, Montreal. You know, I'm not big on Montreal this year. Let me get my. Foligno will probably play fourth line. He's been. I'm going to put 22% for Detroit. So now, while we're doing that, I'll talk a little bit about my take on Dvorak. I was having a big conversation with, of course, Montreal fans. There are Montreal fans out there that believe that Montreal can do no wrong no matter what they do. You know, I guess there's like that with every organization, but Montreal fans seem to have a lot of them. I think Kokaniemi, especially on the left side, and I was talking to a guy who said last year when they played Kokaniemi on the left side, he didn't look comfortable. 29% average. That's a pretty good average for Detroit. They said that he didn't look popular. I'm pretty suspect on NHL highlights. Welcome. We're giving percentage of chances to every team in the league to make the playoffs. We just did Detroit, and it turned out to be 29%. So you can contribute to this. I'm going to do a video on it. And our last video hit 1,000 views. Woo! But anyways, I think Kokaniemi is going to be a better player than Dvorak in the long run. I get the narrative that Dvorak played for a very bad team in Arizona. Both Kokaniemi and Dvorak were played too young. Dvorak has played his way into a very solid second to third line center. Does he have upside at 26? I think physically he should be better than what he is right now. Honestly, I really do think he could have reached higher heights if he would have been properly. Now, Kokaniemi is still young, and I still think that they have time to change any damage that was done that was playing him too early. So I think in the long run, I love Kokaniemi's attitude for one. He's got a great attitude. I wish we could check your video, NHL highlights, but it doesn't come up on the chat. It won't do it. Can I show it? Yeah, see, whenever you try to put a link in the chat, it doesn't work. I'll tell you what, dude, though. If you put it in the comment section of my last video that I did, not the live here, but the last video I did, you can go ahead and do that all day if you want. I don't mind. And I'll give it a watch and I'll share it around. No big deal. I like promotion. You can also go to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom on Facebook, and you can post your stuff on that anytime you want. I think they can. I'm just still concerned about Carey Price and his injury situation. Also, his regular season stats have not been good. So we're going to get to Montreal here, so we'll talk about Montreal when it comes, I guess. So everybody stick around. Don't be leaving now. What are we on next? We just finished with Detroit. What are we doing next? You got to remember. Yeah, I don't think Anderson's going to have the year he did last year either. You heard it here first. I think Anderson ends up being on the fourth line. I think he's a glorified fourth liner, to tell you the honest truth. Edmonton is next. Okay. The Edmonton Oilers. What are the chances of what's the percentage of the Edmonton Oilers making the playoffs? I'll tell you what, I will tell you this. If the Edmonton Oilers don't make the playoffs, and I think that's possible, I don't think the percentage is as high as people think. If they don't make the playoffs, I don't know what they're going to do. Actually, yeah, I do. They're just going to go out and get a good goaltender. Goaltending would probably be the reason. Also, they're going to have to outscore their opposition. During the regular season, they're fine. I'm fair in the. I think, but in the playoffs, they could be in big trouble. Forgot Dallas. Why do we always forget Dallas? So before we go to Edmonton, don't even put any percentages. Dallas is next. Dallas is next. Now, Dallas is an interesting one because they have so many old guys on that team. I think they're well coached, though. I love Odermeyer taking the first role, first number one goaltender role is what I'm trying to spit out. I'm worried about Radulov's injuries the last little while. I'm worried about Tyler Seguin coming back and being solid again. There are things I don't like about Dallas, and there's things I absolutely love about Dallas. And they're in their super tough division, like super tough division. So I have Mike Smith. I'm confident in Mike Smith as a goaltender for a certain amount of time. I'm not confident in Koskinen. And he's like 39 years old, man. He's a warrior all to hell. I absolutely love him. I've loved him his whole career. 55% from Mercer. I've loved him his whole career, but my laptop wasn't working yesterday, John. So I had laptop issues. 55 for Mercer. You want to put a percentage in? Lauren says 65. You already said 65. I got you. I got you, Lauren. I got 55 and 65. We need a couple more than that. Who are we waiting for? Bill, what do you got? Did you put one in and I missed it? For Dallas percentage to make the playoffs. I don't think Hudobin's going to play. I don't know what's going on there. Why do you sign? I thought Hudobin would have been traded by now. I still think he's going to be traded. Why would you sign why would you sign Holtby? Are you seriously not going to play Ottinger this year? Are they seriously going to put Ottinger in the minors this year? That would be like ridiculous. Why would you do that? He was like their best goaltender last year. I much prefer Ottinger was playing wicked last year. I don't like Hudobin for the long haul. Hudobin wears down over time. And Holtby, if they're not going to play Ottinger as there, if they're not going to play Ottinger there, my percentage is going to go down here. Ottinger was the best goaltender last year. %60. I'm going to give them the same. I'm going to give them the same I gave Chicago, 57. I think this division is going to be a battle, a real big battle. And that the injuries that may happen there, I mean, Robertson, I love Robertson, and I love Ropo Hins, but I liked a lot of their defense. Like Dallas, there's so many things that I just absolutely love about them, and then there's so many things that could go wrong. I don't think they're worse. I mean, if they put PK Subban and Dumont spot, they're better, I would say. What did I put? I put 57%. So what's our average for the Stars there? %60 average. Now, finally, we are on Edmonton, right? It's got to be Edmonton now. I can put it on. Oh, Bill has 65%. Oh, okay. Is that Oilers 70%? Mercer has 80%. Bill has 65%. Oh wow, Edmonton. It's the defense. Defense and goaltending, like there's only one guy that can play defense decent, and that's Cody Ceci, and he really came out last year. This team is so going to have to outscore their opposition, but they just might have the team to do it. Fogle, Turris, and Zach Kassian on the third line does not excite me at all. Shore, Derek Ryan, and Archibald is a pretty good fourth line, though. Yamamoto needs to step up this year. And Pula Harvey. But McDavid getting 160 points for you. I like 72%. They're in a weak division too, so yeah, that's the thing. You know, that's those two players alone can almost get them there. Jake Virtanen signed in the KHL, really? Wow. That's what I'm thinking too. It's a weak division, but the thing is that I don't like to try to win games like that when they have such poor defense, but it could be fun. It could be just fun. If Yamamoto improves greatly, and he could, because he did have a little bit of a down year, but he's only 21 years old. Hyman works fantastic on that top line. Turris is supposedly hitting the gym hardcore. Turris is supposedly hitting the gym hardcore right now. Just one sec. I got to take this phone call. I'm going to get a coffee too. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, it didn't make sense for me right now. I thought I was going to be able to get it on my actual. Until I can, since I can't, it's really on me right now. I'm going to have to go a different direction, get a job, and then I'll worry about getting that off my records when I get money. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, good. Glad you're back, CL. So we're doing the Oilers, CL, if you want to drop it. What was the average on the Oilers? 72 average? That was what I hit, 72. That's what I put down. Maybe, okay. 72 average for Edmonton. Okay, what do we got next then? You do the next one, CL. Florida, right? Florida's after Edmonton. That, I bet you, is going to get a pretty high percentage. Florida could win that division. I think everybody has that idea. Panthers, 80% from 80% from Lauren. Yeah, that's going to be the big question mark there. 85%, 90%. The big question mark again is goaltending, yes. My inkling is saying that Knight is a beast. He's just going to be one of those guys that doesn't make sense. You're not supposed to start goaltenders this early. All of those things like that. But I think he's going to take the #1 spot from Bobrovsky, which is not all that difficult to do, and run with it. So what am I going to give them? Let me look at this again. They're up against Montreal, Ottawa. I think they're the second, at least the second best team in that division. Because really, who has great goaltending besides Tampa? Montreal maybe, if Price is okay. And even if they do have good goaltending, I'm not sure they're going to be able to. Wow. Yeah, I got to give them a good 85 too. I got to give them a solid 85%. Whoever just came in, we're doing the Florida Panthers now. And we are you putting percentages down, Whitechel, or are you just watching? You're just watching, are you? Could contribute to the percentage of chance they're going to make the playoffs, buddy. We're doing the Florida Panthers, and we're giving each team a percentage of chance of whether they're going to make the playoffs or not. And you, my friends, are the ones creating this fine video. Last video we did just hit 1,000 views. We're going over 1,000 views now. And this is a cool thing about it is we are making the video together. That's what we're doing. 85% average. After this is done, 90, okay? So that's going to bring it up to about 86%, let's say. Whitechel puts 90%. And I put 85%. All right. Yeah, I think Florida's going to rock it. Like I said, the only real issue again, and I guess almost every team has this, but some teams are better that way than others. If the kid were to falter or get injured and they had to rely on Bobrovsky, it could be troublesome. They would probably still make the playoffs, but not as convincingly, I would say, for sure. That's why I got to give them a really high score. Because even if they do got to use Bobrovsky, they probably can still win games because they can score enough to beat most people, even with just average to below average goaltending. So. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. What's next? Are we on Montreal next? No. LMNO. Yeah. Could be. LA. Who are LA? Is it the LA Kings, right? LA Kings next. This should be pretty interesting. I've heard all over the board about what the LA Kings are going to be. The Kings. %65%. So they got to beat. They're in the easy division, right? They got to beat out. What did I give? Calgary. What did I give Calgary? 40. Oh, Mercer just takes the high road and just does the coin flip. CL is 30%. 30% for CL. And I got 67%. I'm pretty not sure. Oh, Weichel's way up there. He's going to bring it. He's big on Weichel is big on the freaking. Is big on the Kings. I'm going to share this in a group. If you're going to San Jose. Hey, Water King Anonymous. Right on. Woo! Welcome, Water King. I don't know if you were helping us before, Water King, but our last video just hit 1,000 freaking views, man. We're doing a video now. We're giving a percentage of each percentage of each team making the playoffs. LA Kings just got a 60% average to make the playoffs this year. Thanks for Mercer for being there to do all the percentages. Weichel is very bullish on the Kings making the playoffs. Very bullish. He put a big 90 up there. But we got a 60% average for the LA Kings. And that means oh, that always helps. Subscriptions always help, buddy. Thank you. You want to be part of this? We're going to do the Montreal Canadiens now. No, we're not. LMNO, yeah. Ottawa Senators. Okay, let me look at some of the news that's just happened before we move on to Montreal here. Weichel is all over the news of the day here. In Dorian signs extension with Ottawa. I bet you there's no money in. It doesn't say how much. It doesn't tell you how much, though. I knew they wouldn't. Virtanen signs in the KHL. Wow. A 1-year deal. We're not on Sens now. We're on Montreal, the Montreal Canadiens. I'm pretty sure it's Montreal now, right? Oh, well, you came in at the right time, my friend, because we're doing your Canadiens right now. The percentage of chance. Canadiens, what's the percentage? Oh, Minnesota's next. See, I screw up all the time. The Wild. What is the percentage? Now, that one is difficult. What is the percentage of chance that the Wild are going to win a cup or make... Oh, that's what we should have did. Win the cup. But anyways, make the playoffs next year. That is one heck of a tough division. I think I screwed up my percentages here. Because I'm really waffling on Minnesota and Chicago. Like Victor Rask as your second line center, but they got away with it last year. I mean, their defense, the loss, and then to me the big X factor here is Dean Evason. I think after careful consideration, I had maybe Chicago making it, but I think I got to give more to the Wild here. Mercer's got 65%. Wild, 70%. CL is putting them higher than Lorne, 75%. I thought Lorne was going to be the highest one on here. I'm going to put them at a little higher than Chicago. And Weichel's 89%. Big time high on Minnesota. And I got 60. I just think that that division is going to be so freaking tight. You can't put anybody ahead. Chicago. Fleury can make any team way better than they look on paper. Nashville out, St. Louis out. Winnipeg, Hollebuck is always there. It'll be interesting to see how that defense gels. It's going to be a freaking tooth and nail battle here. Tooth and nail battle. I got Minnesota slightly ahead of Chicago and Dallas on that. Yeah, he had a great year last year. Is he going to be able to keep up? I think he's more than serviceable. I think he's very, very good. He was really good for them last year. 72 for Mercer. I thought you already put something in, Mercer. You put 65. Now you put 72? Oh, 72 average. Duh. %72 average for the Wild. After this is all done, we'll put him in. We'll put it in order and see who makes the playoffs and who doesn't. And we'll have to remember that for next year. Let's see how many views we're on again. This is fun. I think once you get up to 1K views, it just says 1K and then doesn't really tell you much after that. Yeah, there's still lots of people watching it, so we're still going up. So now, are we on Montreal now finally? Yeah. The only reason why they miss the playoffs is if Kemper gets injured and Francouz gets injured or something like that. But even then, I think their team is strong enough to make the playoffs with the third stringer. Canadiens now. Canadiens. I'm really concerned about the Canadiens. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to go live on TikTok now for a while. Canadians 50% for. Wow, Mercer 28% for the Canadians. CL 35%. Wow, getting low scores here. I don't blame you though. Price hasn't been a good regular season goaltender for a while. You got no Weber's out. They lost Deno, and they get Dvorak back. Is Dvorak Deno level? Is he going to be? I really loved his game in Arizona. It's going to be interesting to see how he does in Montreal. I'm not going to, he's really good two-way center. But is he Deno level two-way center? I'm not so sure. Maybe has more offense in his repertoire than Dano did, though, so it probably makes up for it. It might be close to a wash. Not even close to Dano, you figure? It's hard. I don't know. I thought he did really good in Arizona, but it's really hard to judge when you have that poor team around you too. Uh, he's got something to prove, that's for sure. Let's just put it that way. He's got a lot to prove. Hi, whoever you are. We're rating every single team in the league percentage-wise. We're giving a percentage a chance that every team makes the playoffs, and we're on the Montreal Canadiens now. So if you want to put your percentage down there, you go right ahead. So I didn't put mine in yet. I'm low on the Montreal Canadiens this year. It's just the thing about that division. You got, it looks like Florida and Tampa are shoo-ins. And then, it's kind of a crapshoot after that. Like Montreal has almost a coin flip, I think. But in most, like if you put them in the Metropolitan or Central, they wouldn't have a chance. In fact, you could say that for a lot of the teams in the Atlantic. It's just the Atlantic's not a very strong division, so they might be able to eat their way in. Yeah. I can't put it like that. Okay. You don't want to rub it in too much there. 39% average. No need to get personal. I went over to Montreal. I posted some stuff on there with Montreal. And of course, now Montreal fans think Dvorak is the second coming of whatever. They're better off with Dvorak than they were with Kotkaniemi this year, but down the road, maybe not. Some of them say that. Most people just think Kotkaniemi is poop now, of course, right? Yeah, all of a sudden, Kotkaniemi is a bad player when something like this happens. They're that type of fan base there that they turn on players pretty quick once they're not part of it. They are very proud. They have look at that. They have a lot of pride in their team. In a misguided pride, I would say. It kind of like clouds their view of everything else. Most of those fans are not. Most of those fans don't really know the rest of the league very well. They just know their own team and they just root for them. So they don't want to admit that their own team made mistakes because then it's less of a chance that they're going to win, and they just don't want to live in that world. So I don't know. I thought Bean really didn't put his foot forward to grab a spot the way you want to see from a prospect like that. We'll see how he does in. It's possible that Bean just got angry that they weren't giving him enough ice time, and he said he wanted to try it somewhere else. And Dondon, he's going to be like, okay, right away. Yeah, we don't want anybody here that doesn't want to be here. We believe in our coach and what he's doing, and if you're not comfortable with that, then we'll send you somewhere else. No hard feelings. Off you go. So that's the kind of guy. So where are we going next, guys? Montreal was the last one. And, oh, I didn't even put Montreal up here. I got to put Montreal up. Where's Montreal as far as cap space is concerned now? Oh, they have like no cap space either. Wow. Wow. They have no cap space. Think about Montreal, like, okay, Toffoli, Suzuki, Caulfield, love it. Hoffman, Dvorak, Gallagher, man, Hoffman's got to find a way to, I don't know. They're gonna be frustrated with that dude. Do not like Jake Evans in the third line center spot at all. Drouin and Josh Anderson, that is an absolute horrible third line. Horrible third line. And that's Lehkonen, Paquette, and Armia as well. It is a pretty good fourth line, actually. I don't mind that. I thought Savard looked bad in the second half last year. I don't know if he was injured or what have you. He'll probably play down here on the bottom, and Romanoff will play up if they let him. But Edmondson, Petrie, Sherratt, and Romanoff. Eee, boy. All right, what do we got next? Nashville Predators. Predators. Okay, I don't really even have to look at this one. Yeah, that's a hate percentage. Like, there has to be. Although I think their percentage is pretty low. They look terrible to me. On paper, I mean, they did a good run last year. A lot of rah-rah stuff, but if Nashville makes the playoffs this year, Hines should get Coach of the Year. That's what I say. Either that or Saros should get the Vezina. Because Duchesne, Johansson, and let me look at this depth chart here. Like, on paper, this team is garbage. To tell you the honest truth, absolute garbage. Cody Glass is Glass. Duchesne, Granlund, Grimaldi is your second line. Really? That's what you're going with? And then who are they trying to beat? They're trying to beat yeah, they're trying to beat that. They're in that division now. There's no freaking way. No way. I'll be absolutely blown away if Nashville does it this year. Weichel's got 40. Evans gets traded, maybe. Trade him to Winnipeg. Trade Evans to Winnipeg. CL 15%. Mercer 20%. I got 13%. I'm probably on the low end of this one. I don't like this team at all except for Saros. And I think Saros was able to do it in a short window, but in a course of an 82-game season with what's his name as a backup, Rittich as a backup, terrible. Terrible team. I even think 13% might be high, to tell you the honest truth. I'm giving them some respect because they got Hines really did well in motivating them last year and changing the energy of that team. 18% average. So I'm giving them a little bit of grease for that, but honestly, I think they're terrible, and I think it would be the best thing for them is if they got a lottery pick and picked up some young players in there because that team needs to redo everything. Yeah, the division wasn't that tough. It's going to be way tougher this year. I see them getting crushed. Montreal was looking at Thomas Hertl when they grabbed Dvorak. I imagine they won't be looking now, unless they want to try to trade Evans and a bunch of players. But I don't know why San Jose would do that. I wouldn't want Evans. Yeah. So that's the Predators. Now what's next? Is it the Penguins now? No, Nashville. LMNO. Ottawa Senators, right? Oh, is it New Jersey? Okay. Oh, Ottawa is after N, right? So New Jersey Devils. Now this could be a little interesting. They did a lot to improve their team. New Jersey. Yeah, we're in New Jersey now. So just add. You're doing school now?
Yeah, I'm done.
Cool. Where's the Devils? New Jersey Devils still got lots of cap room yet. They got a whole bunch of RFAs next year though. But I know I like this team more than Lauren does. I think they could do some. I could see them doing some big things in New Jersey. I could see them crapping the bed. This is a team that could go either way. For me, I could see it being great. I could see it being terrible. Weichel, you think 100% they're going to make the playoffs? 40% for CL. Mercer, 35%. %9 for Lorne. Jack Eichel to the Devils. No, I don't see that happening. I got to go 44%. I think I'm going to kick myself for that one. But it's just such a tough division but this team has, if a lot of these young players make the next step next year, and I think it's very possible that they could do it. Hi, everybody in there. We're great, giving a percentage of what each team in the NHL's percentage will be making the playoffs. Feel free to put your answer in the comment section there as we're doing the New Jersey Devils now. So far, I don't know what our average is, but Mercer said 35. 46% average for the New Jersey Devils, which shows you that there's a lot of people very high because that's a tough division. You're talking about the Islanders, the Rangers. You realize we're talking hockey here, right? Yeah. If you're not into that, go on. But okay, so anyways, actually I shouldn't have added you because I really don't have time to do a double here.
Can I sing you a song first before you go?
No. They are a fun team. That's a good way of putting it, CL. They have so much depth they could end up flying. I really could see them making I really could see them doing it this year. I love Blackwood. I love Bernier. I feel like at 44% is low, but the average is 46%. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with that. I really love that team. I think they've got cap room. If things are going, they could actually make a lot of noise. If Bernier plays away, I think he's going to be, and Blackwood plays away, I think he's going to. The defense can hold up that, and the offensive depth takes a step forward. That team could really be dangerous next year. Islanders, I got it. I mean, can you honestly see the Islanders missing? You got two great goaltenders, and that's like the big reason why one big reason why teams usually don't make it is their goaltender doesn't do well. When you got two really good goaltenders, I think it's pretty tough for them to. They have certainly enough scoring depth, although they still could use a big. And the defense is suspect. If they got injuries on their defense, that would be where things could fall apart for the Islanders. But I think they still make it. So Lauren's got 80%. What do we got? What more do we got here? Whoa! Now this has got to be because it's such a tough division. 52%. You know, I'm not as high as Lauren either. Or maybe I am. I don't know. CL 85. Weichel 90. Weichel's just throwing big scores out there to everybody. I haven't even pulled the Islanders up here. That's the thing. The next thing you got is, I mean, they don't have much depth, but that system will usually get you in, even with injuries and all that kind of stuff like that. You got Barry Trotz, you know, even in this tough division where, you know, anybody can kind of make it, I still have a very hard time believing the Devils don't make it in some way. I think it's pretty tough for them not to make it. The biggest problem would be if they got a couple, like if Pelech and Pulak went down, they could be in trouble. Because they really have no depth on defense for players to play, to take spots. That would be my biggest issue with them. Their defensive depth is really poor. But they might not even be done that way yet. So I'm going to say 82%. 82%. I was going to say 70, but the more I thought about it and looked at it, I don't think I can give them that low. We're doing the Islanders, though, Weichel. Oh, okay. Mercer, why were you so low? Did you already tell us? 52%. Why were you at 52%, Mercer? 78 average. It is a tough division. They're the cream of that division, though. I don't see Pittsburgh making it. New York Rangers, see? Rangers, defense is the biggest issue with the Rangers. Their defensive depth. But there's a couple guys that could be ready to make this defense look absolutely spectacular at the same time. You got Schneider, Braden Schneider just absolutely rocked junior as a 19-year-old last year. I imagine they don't have him penciled in, but he took such a huge step last year. He had 27 points in 22 games last year for the Western Hockey League. Now, he's probably going to start in the AHL, but I don't know. That kid looks he wasn't expected to have offense like that. And then Matthew Robertson, he's only 20. Did he play in the AHL last year for a bit? No. He got a point a game in the Western Hockey League. He's probably going to need some AHL time, but it's going to be, well, how does Nils Lundqvist do? Patrick Nemeth was a pretty good pickup. Certainly better than Smith. And then I really liked, a lot of people didn't like Barclay Goodrow. Look, you can say whatever you want about how much money he made. He makes them a much better team. And Samuel Blais and getting that grit in that team, I think they're going to make the playoffs. And then Shesterkin, I think they're going to make the playoffs. I'm doing fine. How you doing, Brexit? I'm doing my show. Thanks for coming on. Anyways, what do we got for scores here? Andre Miller, yeah, is another one. He's fantastic. See, wow. 55% for CL. 58 for Mercer. Where did everybody go? Did I miss some? We got 55 for Seattle. Everybody's thinking, I guess. 60 for Weichel. Lauren said 65. Such a tight division. Young team. Yeah. I'm going off. I'm saying 70%. I really like the Rangers this year. But I have a tendency to overvalue. You got to remember, Gallant is going to be the coach this year, right? So, and we've seen what he's did with teams. Everywhere he's gone, teams have gotten better. So we got 55, 58, 60, 65, and 70%. .62 average. Okay. What do we got next? It's got to be... I started early today, yeah. I wanted to make sure I got all of this done today because I want to do this as a video tomorrow. So I started early and I was just so excited for how well our video is doing too. Got 1,000 views, baby. 1,000 views. Ever since I started doing videos with you guys like this, we have been hitting views like crazy. You guys rock. Senators. I think there's going to be some people to put them up high here. First of all, they got to get Chuck figured out. I mean, I like their team in a lot of ways, and they did really good in the second half. But I'm just their goaltending, man. They survived with it last year in a short window. I just can't see that goaltending holding up, man. I just can't see that goaltending holding up. I knew Mercer has 65%. Wow. Yeah, I can't do it tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be doing nights anymore. I haven't figured it all out yet. I'm probably going to stick to Tuesday nights in the future, but I had a lot of stuff happening right now, so I got to kind of do it when I can do it. 40% for CL, 30% for Weichel. Wow, I knew this was kind of be all over the place. $40, $30, $65. We less people in the stream now, so. What do I gotta do? I'm gonna go 41%. I gotta share this out again somewhere. Let me try. Try this. I'm going to share this to the Flyers fans and see if they'll come in and put their vote in. 44 average. I don't think you're going to see too many trades now until most teams, they want to see what their young players are going to be like before they make trades. There's usually not too many trades at this time. How did we go from 10 likes to 9 likes? Did somebody take their like away? That's weird. How does that happen? Or does somebody, that's odd. We had 10 likes and we went down to 9 likes. That's weird. No, I don't like it anymore. Take it away. We got Flyers are next, and we don't have enough people in here yet. So I just posted it out to Flyers fans. We'll see if we get some people coming in. I just posted it out on Facebook to the Flyers group. We'll see if they come in. But you can put your vote in if you want for now. But I want to get at least 5 or 6. Like two doesn't cut it. We just had a few people leave here, so we'll wait till a couple more people come in. I'm watching at the same time I'm watching one of my Canadian tennis ladies there possibly make it to the quarterfinals, which would be absolutely huge for her. You guys tennis fans, though? I'm a big tennis fan. Gustav Nyquist is. You know what? I never did. What's the Minnesota Wild? I never took a good look at it. Let me take a good look at it. Whoa, that's not it. I kept on wanting, thanks for reminding me. I kept on wanting to check it out, and then I'm not all that interested, but somewhat. Oh, Winter Classic. What? I don't know if I don't like the red and green in general, so I'm going to say no. What do you say? I'm going to say no. I don't like it. Now we lost another like. That is so funny. I don't understand how that happens. I'm going to say no. I don't like it. What do you think, CL? You're not a fan either? Yeah. Okay, the one they have here, are they going to have yellow pants too? What's the line on the top for? I don't get the line on the top. I think the line on the top is the one I don't like about it the most. It's very meh. We'll see how it looks on the ice. Yeah, you got khakis. You're gonna wear khakis for wearing khakis. Weird. Yeah, if they just did, yeah, if they took out the stripes. I gotta say, I don't really get it. I'm no fashion aficionado, but I gotta say, we're down to 7 likes now. We were up to 10. People are unliking. How does that work? I don't understand. People are logging off and then unliking. I think that's how it works. I don't know. The reverse retros were all right. Yeah, they should have just stuck with something like that, I would say. So who do we still got in here? We just got Mercer and CL now. I think Weichel took off and unliked. Is Weichel back? We got 3. We're trying to get 5 concurrents again, and then we'll go on. Otherwise, we'll just talk about anything to do with hockey now. Because I have enough here to do a video as it is, so we can finish this another time. But we can finish this tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be on in the afternoon. Good thing my laptop did continue to work all right, because yesterday it went down, and like I said, I had to go send it to a tech guy, and it sucked. I was like worried because if I don't have a laptop, I'm pretty much done. But what it was doing was it was just saying, apparently it was trying to upload, but something was blocking it. So it would just shut down. It would continuously try to upload something, and then it would just shut down. I think they're going to, knowing Tippett, they're going to play knowing Tippett, they're going to play Dre on the second line with Hopkins. Oh. Because he always likes depth. It's going to be Yamamoto, Dre, and Hopkins probably. And McDavid, Hyman, and Prulia Harvey. You guys want to talk about? You want to piss off some Toronto fans? I think you might as well do it too. You might as well just overpower the crap out of them, and then you would have what though? Who's going to be your second line center? Put Hopkins in the middle. Then you put Hopkins in the middle. Yeah, I think they're going to sign Kokaniemi to a contract with lesser value at the end of the year. Apparently, they can't work out a contract with them till the end of the year. And, Bergevin basically said that it's illegal for them to work out a contract. He pushed it to everybody know. Like, general managers don't do that. Come on. I don't believe Bergevin doesn't do that. You find out information through agents and with other agents and all that kind of stuff like that. We got 4 here. We almost can do it again. But anyways, we were going to look at Edmonton. What would they do after that? Then you'd have to put Nugent Hopkins with Yamamoto and then Fogle. Ouch. Fogle could get the puck out to Hopkins, I guess. He doesn't do much. He's got stone hands around the net, though. Besides that, that's the thing is they still don't have all that much depth on their roster. Unless they can have a surprise guy like Benson or something like that make it up. I don't like Fogle on the second line much, but it'd be worth the shot. Because, I mean, you got an overpowering first line there. There's not too many, especially in that division, who's going to stop that first line? They're going to load up all their players and hope that they can stop them. I don't know. That would be a ridiculous first line, though. Yeah, it would be pretty hard to stop. I would say, especially if you're playing against teams like Anaheim and Arizona, you might as well load up like that. Just, just to overpower them. Like I would switch it up, but if you're playing against teams like, if you're playing against a team like Minnesota, maybe I don't do that. I would probably stretch it out a little bit. But if I'm playing against a weak team like Anaheim or something like that, or another top-heavy team, then I would probably do that. But there's a lot of teams like that that they could get away with that with. Yeah, could be. It could be. But I think Carolina signs Kokoniemi. I think so, yeah. I think Kokoniemi wanted to go there. They made a deal in so many words already. I would say that it's very likely that he's going to sign there. So I'm going to share this out. Okay, I'm going to share this out, and we'll see if some guys come from the Leafs, and we'll talk about Marner trade because that was pretty cool. Oh, did I get blocked from that group? Oh boy. There, I just shared it out. See if we get any Leafs fans. We'll talk some Marner stuff. I should edit this then. Yeah, I think it's not like there's a big debate on whether you load up that first line. Colorado does it. Colorado loads up their top line quite a bit. Now they got a pretty decent second line too. I would like to see a better. We'll see what I don't know what Fogle could do there. And all Fogle's job would be on that second line then would be just to get in there, get the puck, and get it out to Yamamoto or uh, Hopkins. The problem I have with that second line is they don't have a shooter on it. Yamamoto's not really a shooter. Fogle, like we've been mentioned here several times, Lauren has said several times he's got stone hands, so yeah. Edmonton doesn't really have all that much depth, but it's certainly something to have it's if you don't have a lot of depth though, isn't it bad? It's not a bad idea to have one like serious crazy weapon, and that would be one. Every time they were on the ice, there would be a chance to score pretty much. Anybody who just came in, if you came in from the Toronto group and you want to talk about Marner, just go ahead. We will talk about him. Yeah, they gave Brian Boyle. I don't know what more Brian Boyle can really do. I'm not is he? Can he really play now? I mean, how old is Brian Boyle now? Yeah, he didn't play at all last year, did he? 36 years old. I mean, I think you're pretty desperate if you're trying to get him, Brian Boyle, to play on your team. Seriously, that's kind of desperation right there. I don't see how Brian Boyle can be all that effective now at 36 years old. His last year, I think he played in Florida. He was only good for like maybe 7 minutes a game or something like that. Unless he just went out and got himself into the peakest condition he can possibly get into, and now he's going to give it a go. But he hasn't played in a very long time, so yeah, I don't know. That'll be interesting for sure. But I don't see him playing. Do you see him playing? Like maybe as a part-time guy or something like that. Very weird. It's a player tryout too, so if he doesn't make it, he doesn't make it. It's no risk. Yeah, we'll get to Seattle after the thing. I don't think they make the playoffs. I think Francis set himself up to get a bunch of players that he can get for picks at the deadline. I was really surprised that Schwartz did not get picked up by St. Louis. That let's like they're obviously very concerned about his injury issues, and Seattle is probably rolling the dice a little bit for that with that. But he's the kind of guy like he's the poster boy for what you want your players to be. So as that, if he can stay off the injured reserve, he's a great mentor for young players and stuff like that. So it's those kind of moves that make me think that they're probably going to be using a lot of their players that they got, like Eberle and Donskoy and all of that. They're more inclined. They're not going to tank, of course, but yeah. Does he? What's Grubauer going to be? What's Grubauer going to be outside of that great defense? You know, he had one good year in Washington, but is he going to be really that great? If anybody is if whoever just came in is looking to talk Marner, tell me in the comment section, and we'll talk Marner. I sent it out to you guys, so I will talk Marner if you want. Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, that team is going to be very defensive. Are they going to be great defensively? I think they'll be good. It almost reminds me of like a team set up to. I'm surprised they didn't take Rick Tocchet in that sense because it's a team that is sort of set up to play around their goaltender and play a very defensive style game. So a lot of how do I explain it? Block shots, all that kind of stuff. That's the type of defense they have. again, if whoever just came in, if you're looking to talk Marner, I'll let you know. Marner, wow, it was about a Marner trade. And if you saw my video, I did a Marner trade where I sent Marner to Detroit. And it was for Bertuzzi, Zadina, Lundqvist, and a first. And at first I thought, oh, you know, that's pretty rich, but it's all in how much you think Marner is. The more I thought about it, the more I don't know if I would have did that if I was Detroit. It all depends on, do you think Marner is as good as he is separated from Matthews? What is Marner with Larkin compared to what is Marner with Matthews? Yeah, LA makes a lot of sense. I just did Detroit because it made some sense, but you think it's bad for Toronto? I don't. You're going to get Bertuzzi, Zadina, Lundqvist, or is it, what's his name? Lundqvist, I think his name. It's a good, solid defenseman. They need that really bad. Lindstrom, not Lundqvist, Lindstrom. Gustav Lindstrom. He was a second-round pick in 2017. Yeah, you know what? Maybe Lindstrom's not the guy either. I can't see him being ready this year. But it depends on how, if you're not, like, if you think Zadina can turn out to be what he was supposed to be, you know, and Bertuzzi is back to health again. No, it was Marner. Did I say Matthews? I didn't mean to say Matthews. I meant to say Marner. No, that wouldn't be good for Matthews. No, Marner. If I said Matthews, I'm sorry. Wow, I don't know what they're going to do with Riley. That's the thing. I didn't mean to say Matthews. I meant to say Marner. I'm not trading Matthews. I'm not trading the, you know, if Matthews could have a chance to beat Ovechkin's goal scoring record for all time. Would not Matthews. I probably had somebody come in and there's no way I trade Matthews. I probably just had a Leafs guy come in. He heard me say trade Matthews and took right off. Marner is what I meant to say. I misspoke there. Marner for Zadina. I think that has more to do with their depth, Toronto's depth, than anything. Especially after Tavares went out. All you got to do is shut down those guys. Those guys are hard to shut down, but not so hard when it's all you have to do is shut them down. Like that's the problem with them. And Matthews had apparently a pretty bad. Didn't he go get surgery on his wrist in the summer? Yeah, as long as his wrist is okay. as long as his wrist is okay. Apparently he went and had wrist surgery over the summer, so got to cut him a little slack. Marner for Gaudreau. I think Marner is better than Gaudreau. That's hard. You know what? It is really hard to say. What would Gaudreau do? How many points would Gaudreau get if he was passing to Matthews? You know? I mean, he got that many points passing to Monahan. It says he should be good for the start of the regular season. So I really am going to pay attention to that this year. How much is Marner a product of... How much is Matthews a product of Marner's passing, which is very good, compared to how much is Marner's point production would he do the same thing on Calgary as he did? I don't think so. Would Gaudreau go, be a 100-point player? Yeah. At this point, do you want to give Riley that kind of contract, though? You got to think, I mean, he didn't really put up great points the last 2 years passing to all those guys. He had one really good year and then slipped quite a bit after that. How much money is he looking for? If Riley is looking in the $8 to $9 million range, I'm not sure I want to do that. But then what else are you going to get for that? That's what makes it tough. What else are you going to get for $8-9 million a year? But I agree, they could do that. If they trade Marner, I wonder if they would do something other than a one-for-one in that case. Probably not. Calgary at this point doesn't have the cap space to take that hit either. But man, I really got to watch Marner a lot more. I might be giving him a little more credit than he's worth. I don't know. But I do think you could get a significant package for him. Gaudreau's cheaper now, too. Isn't he like a free agent at the end of the year and then you got to sign him anyways? So I think if I'm going to trade Marner, I want like kind of NHL ready prospects, or like I said with Detroit, there was Zadina and Bertuzzi to add depth to your lineup rather than be so top heavy. And Zadina honestly has the talent to put up way more points than he has so far. He's only 21 years old. His upside is pretty huge. So far, yeah. There's a good example. Like Gaudreau, Calgary never really had all that much depth on their team. In the playoffs, you just had to take him out. And Toronto's sort of like that too. Yeah, that's the thing. How much better is, when's the last time Larkin had talent like Marner to play with? But I'm just not sure Stevie Y's going to want to throw $11.5 million at a winger. He's been very responsible with his... that would be the issue, maybe. Is he willing to throw $11.5 million at a winger? Where's Detroit now? It's Dallas. Because that would give them, you'd have Verana, Larkin, and Marner. But you would lose Zadina and Bertuzzi. The second line would be pretty poopty. You'd have to hope that you'd be waiting for prospects again. But you got Raymond coming up, Berggren coming up. Berggren, I think they're going to give a pretty good shot to this year. You got 45 points in 49 games in Sweden, which isn't too bad. Yeah, Larkin probably is more of a second line center, I agree. They still need another center in Detroit. And they kept on drafting. I was like, that's why I was surprised they didn't go for Rossi when he was there. And this last year, who did they draft this last year? Oh, the goaltender in Casa, yeah. Now, if they suck really hard and they win the lotto next year, they're set. They get Wright or Savoy, even if they get Savoy or somebody like that. Oh, your PS4, that's where you took off to, Whitechel. Your PS4 is overheating. I think Larkin, yeah, I think Larkin is bottom of the league. Bottom. Let's see. If you were to put Larkin, oh, that's one thing. Did we do that? We just did forwards, right? We should almost do. That's another video we can do. Ranking the top line centers for every team. Oh, okay. Ranking the top line centers for every team. That would be interesting. Yeah, he'd be pretty low on the list of number one centers, I would say, for sure. He beats Seattle Kraken, Columbus Blue Jackets, Nashville Predators, Arizona Coyotes, Larkin and Heischer, the Wild, Anaheim Ducks for now. Getzlaf, he's probably better than Getzlaf at this moment. Sabres, Ottawa, no. Ottawa, maybe. Because that's Stützle, right? Or Norris. It would seem at this point that Larkin is like middle of the road center. Yeah, the rest of their team, the franchise, they don't have an arena to play in or anything. They just have Marner. Marner just stands in front, just stands out on the street and waves at people. And it's Marner in the corner. Marner. Working his way to the front of the net. Passes to Marner. Marner taking the draw. Marner grabbing the puck out of his own zone and looking for a man, but there's nobody there. Well, guys, this was fun. I think I'm going to finish her up. Thanks, Mercer, for helping out with the percentages and all of that. I'll be back tomorrow. A full line, yeah. Marner with the glove save. I think I'm going to finish her off here now. Our concurrents have gone down quite a bit, so we will be. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm not going to do I'll be doing my normal time, 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock Eastern or what have you. And there will be frolic. Have a great day, everybody. Okay, bye.